The Duel for Cash Racing Network presents live 5-to-5 coverage of the Collar Street Cup Series. Hi folks, I'm formerly Crowd 909 alongside here with my co-commentators HD Motorsports and Dirty Deeds. And folks, I gotta tell you, another fantastic race for you today here in this exciting Cup Series on Duel for Cash Racing League. We've got 100 laps at the Michigan International Raceway. This is the 50% of the normal race length. There are no stages in this particular race, and we had a fantastic performance by these drivers last week at Richmond, and now we've got 24 drivers back at it. We're starting here at qualifying for this Firekeepers Casino 400. And HD, this is a 2-mile racetrack, and while it's not a restrictor plate race, I think we might see some similar characteristics as this race unfolds.
Without a doubt, we're definitely going to see some similar characteristics. Basically, with this being a low line track, you want to be as close as you can to that white line. That's going to be the optimal line this entire race. So you can see a lot of guys jockeying for position to get under the driver in front of them going into turn 3 or going into turn 1. So I mean, we might see a couple cautions early on, but I think once these boys get settled in, we can see some pretty good green flag racing tonight.
And do you think the field will be strung out by the end of this race, or will they stay mostly in a pack with that draft being so strong here?
I think for the most part, these drivers are going to be in the back basically because of the draft. That draft is going to be huge. That's going to allow these cars that are maybe a tenth or two slower to be able to keep up with the cars who are running these dominant times here tonight.
And Dirty Deeds at a big track like this where drivers can pit and not lose that much of a lap, what kind of fuel miles will these drivers have tonight? And do you think they'll be maybe gambling a little bit with strategy as far as 2 tires, no tires in this race?
Well, I tell you, I think that honestly that we're probably going to see some strategy play out in the second half of the race, maybe more so than the first. And with the draft playing such a big role here, I think that, and as you said there, with the big track, I think we may see some 2-tire stops, maybe 1 can of gas there near the end that might actually put some people in position to bring home that checkered flag today.
And I know we have some different teammates and different teams in this particular league. Do you think that the teammates will try and pit together like we see normally at Daytona and Talladega?
I think that track position, I think they're probably going to work on that, yes. And I think that it's going to depend on where people are at on the track, whether or not they can do that. And I think that at the end here, it's going to be kind of like Daytona and Talladega, where you're just going to wind up working with whoever you wind up being on the track next to.
And how many laps do you think these drivers can go under a green flag run?
I'm thinking it's around, if I'm not wrong here, I think it's around 30 laps on a green flag run.
And of course, depending on whether you're in the draft or not running in the draft, that's going to affect a little bit of your fuel mileage.
Oh yeah, and I also believe, with different gear packages and things, some drivers are going to go for fuel mileage on this, while others are going to go for just pure speed. And I think it's going to come down to the end of the race on actually how it plays out with cautions and whatnot. And I tell you, the pull up and the suck up at this track is so big that we're going to have to see a lot of give and take. And that makes me wonder, how the end is going to be. I look for it probably to come down to whoever gets the best restart at the end.
And HD, I know we saw last week at Richmond some drivers who started off really strong in the race and they faded as the race went on, and other drivers, made adjustments to their cars, maybe didn't quite have the right setup for qualifying or at the beginning of the race. But do you think we'll see a lot of difference between who's in the front at the start of this race and with the preset packages, maybe a significant change as the race goes on, and will it stay pretty stable?
I think it's going to stay pretty stable throughout the whole race. I mean, Michigan is a nice, smooth, easy track. You're not really going to burn up that much tires here for how smooth the track is. And it's going to be, honestly, great racing because, like I said earlier, these back cars that are like a tenth or two, maybe slower than these top-tier cars, well, this amount of draft they're going to be pulling off here, I mean, realistically, everyone's going to have a shot here to win tonight.
And right now we're watching qualifying as I see the number 3 of D4C Gotham go up into the wall. And I believe we're getting towards the end of this perhaps. We won't know who is the leader for qualifying? Who's on the pole position until after this session is over, unfortunately. But as we can sit here and watch and maybe get a little bit of an idea of how these drivers are running and how their cars are behaving in the draft. It looks like most of them are coming down the apron.
Yeah, it looks like to me it looks like the qualifying is done. It kind of looks like to me it looks like they're in their computers driving their cars right now. So once we get back to the lobby here, we'll definitely see who got the pole. So let's just take a quick guess on who got the pole. Who do you got, Deeds?
Honestly, after watching it there, it's really hard to tell without knowing each car. But that 38 looks really fast there. He had a really good lap, along with the 3 and the 12. I think it's going to be a toss-up between those 3.
And who do you got, Formula? Who was your go-to guess for this qualifying pole?
Well, gosh, it's always hard to bet against Valley Racing, so that's probably my prediction. Valley Racing, or perhaps the 41 of 4-speed, he always seems to be really fast. And, nothing to go off of on that. Just 2 really fast drivers. What about you, Steve?
I'm going to go ahead and go with the 78 JR Horn as my go-to guy to get this pole here. I've raced with him all the way back in Evolution. I don't know if he remembers, but I used to race with him in Evolution back in the day. And he's always fast, he's consistent, and this is a consistent track. And I definitely think JR Horn's possibly going to pull out the pole here tonight.
Well, certainly he's fast as well, and I'm a little bit amused seeing the 38 of Jose 720 fly through the grass onto the front stretch at Michigan International Raceway. But and we look at qualifying, and certainly qualifying is one thing. The race itself is a little bit different. HD, do you have any particular prediction? I know this is going to be a race that's a very restrictor plate-like, and a lot of back and forth with these drivers. But any early predictions on who might end up in victory lane today?
My early prediction today is going to be Poopy Pants. He had a rough week last week at Richmond. He hit the apron. He went a couple laps down early on. He just wasn't able to get those laps back. And if I know Poopy Pants, and we all call him the GOAT, or that's what everybody calls him, the GOAT. The GOAT's going to show up tonight in that 18 car, and he's going to be getting in the victory lane tonight.
What about you, Dirty Deeds?
That's a really good pick in that 18 car, and I know that last year's champion is really fast. But at the same time, my last week as our early predictions there, I picked the 3 car of D4C Gotham. And I mean, with the field here and knowing how Gotham runs at Michigan, I think I'm going to stick with the 3.
And it looks like Valley Racing did take the pole with the 34 of Aviator in second. So those are your top 2 drivers starting the field. And JR Horn is in third in that 78 machine.
There we go. We got Amore Smoke in fourth, and it looks like... Can't really scroll up. I forget how to scroll up. Not really too sure, but I got to get out of here because I don't want to be in this race.
Certainly.
I forgot how to scroll up there for a minute. I still don't know how to do it.
And this track is a little bit of an equalizer, so I'm not sure who I think is going to end up in victory lane. Maybe the Cosmic Storm. He's always really fast on these big tracks. Also, Dirty Warm Germ seems to always have a fast. It's just really hard to predict in a race like this. You never know if someone could get caught up in a big wreck towards the end of the race. Maybe they get hung out to dry on the pit stops, lose the draft. So a lot of unknowns in a race like this.
One thing that I know about Michigan is that it is a give-and-take track, and I think the drivers who have the most patience here have the best chance of winning the race.
I'm also going to be curious to see if this thing goes green, to see the drivers who are able to save fuel. Because you are able to save fuel in the draft. You let up behind the draft. When you get that draft, you let up off the gas halfway, full throttle, down the back stretch, saving fuel. So I don't think necessarily leading all these laps, all 100 laps, is going to be the ideal thing to do.
Mm-hmm. Do you think we'll see some drivers maybe fall back and tend?
I believe through the second half of the race, yeah, we will see that there, especially with guys who are back there trying to save fuel or have a fuel gear in the car. I think that you can really save a lot of fuel at this track, and you can, as if you're going to play it as it's going to go green, which I mean that's going to be kind of a shoot from the hip kind of thing once we get started here. But I think that we will see some drivers drop back there and utilize that draft to save some fuel.
All right, boys. They are loading up in right now. Just want to let you know that I did just send the invite out.
Yeah, and we're almost ready to go racing here at Michigan. And we should take note, too, that there are no stages in this Cup Series. So unlike most of the other D4C racing leagues, where you can be very aggressive or try some different strategies the first or second stage for that matter, you can really put yourself in a bad spot if this race goes green most of the way.
Oh, absolutely. With no stages, there's no automatic catch back up button for anybody in the race. And that's why strategy is going to play such a key role here. And the beginning of this race is going to set the tone for the entire race. We're going to know pretty quick how much patience that people have and how big of chances they're willing to take.
And we can see the 21 of Valley Racing, your pole sitter today, coming through turns 3 and 4.
Yep, great. Drop the green flag. Go ahead and give it us the formula. Give us that boogity boogity.
Alrighty. Well, I'm not on the boogity boogity train, but they've got to get in formation pretty quick, though. They're looking a little spread out coming out of 4. But I'm so excited for this Collar Cup Series race here.
I'm really excited for this race in Michigan today. I've been waiting all week long on it. And I think that we're going to see some really good racing out of these guys.
Looks like we're going to be doing another parade lap.
Yeah, one more to go.
I think there's some debris down there in turn 4 that they had to pick up or something.
Well, I figured because they were looking really out of formation coming out of 4, about halfway through the field. But I definitely think Valley is going to get off to a strong start. But like you say, Deeds, I think he's going to wise up and maybe intentionally fall back through the field about halfway through this race. And I would say we're bound to have at least a couple of cautions.
Without a doubt.
Prediction on how many cautions we'll have, gentlemen?
Without a doubt, there's going to be a couple cautions. I mean, like we talked about in pre-race, these guys are going to be battling hard for that bottom line. I mean, hard. You're going to be seeing people try and get the run out of turns 2 and 4, be able to sneak under them just enough so they can get that preferred inside line into the turns, and that's where we're going to see most of the trouble tonight.
What's the over/under on cautions, you think?
I'm going 7. 7 cautions tonight. I know these boys can drive, and it's going to be a good night.
All right, we're ready to go here at Michigan. As we're going down the front stretch, the green flag is out. We're on our way. Valley Racing off to a strong start as they dive into turn number 1.
He has a big lead there, and he's going to lead him down into turn 1. We'll see how this sorts out. I believe that bottom line is going to form up here, and they're going to drop right in behind.
Yeah, that bottom line did form up. We have Horn there, who started in 3rd place, was able to clear Aviator before we get to turn 3 here. So that top line right there is going to have to work to get to that bottom line.
And I saw a driver way down the apron of the track. Looks like an issue coming out of turn number 2, but we're still green.
Couldn't tell who that was, though. It looks like he got loose off the turn. He's able to get it back up.
And there's Horn going low on Valley down into turn 1. There's that strategy you were talking about there. What Valley might be trying to do. He might sneak in behind these 2 guys, save a little fuel, be able to go a couple extra laps.
He got him. Drops in right behind him. The 47's dropping low on the top. Now he's back in.
Right now, it's the 78 of J.R. Horn, although the 34 of Aviator is looking to his inside.
Yeah, Aviator had a really strong race last week at Richmond. He was my biggest surprise last week. It's good to see him up here again, starting. He qualified P2, I do believe, right beside Valley. So he was my dark horse pick last week. He's definitely going to be one of the favorites going forward into the season.
I tell you, it's really hard to pick a dark horse out of this field here. I mean, man, at Michigan, the fastest track we go to, it is really hard to pick a dark horse out of all these guys.
It's going to be extremely hard. As we see, Aviator was able to get under Horn right there. He's not going to be able to clear him just yet. But I expect them coming out of turn 2 to be able to clear him with ease.
And they've got two distinct lines right now. It's very interesting. I think the 78 might be able to hang in there if they stay 2 by 2.
If you want to make that top side work, you're going to have to pinch a lot. You want to hold that car down there so he's not able to ride up off the corner. You want to have to make him check up as they are side by side coming down in turn 3.
The 38 and the 12 got together there, and that's going to break up that bottom line. Now they're going to drop. We got 2 by 2 up front, and they're staggered out in a straight line behind them.
And I can see that the 21 Valley was running more of the middle line there. I think he was trying to pinch off the bottom just a little bit.
Now we got Valley moving to the low line in the 21. The one's going to follow him in, and I think the 78 is going to get left out there.
Yeah, but Aviator goes up high.
Yeah, I'm impressed with the high line and how it's able to hang there.
I currently don't have an ETA on that 47 car. Does anyone know who that 47 is? Actually, we'll be able to see it once it scrolls around.
I was going to ask the same thing, and it's the 47 of Big Meaty Burrito. Wow,
Ah!
I've heard of him before.
Big Meaty Burrito is in the house. SNB's one and only. Big Meaty Burrito. Shout out to Shake and Bake. Yeah, man, he's a hell of a driver as well for 47 car. He's definitely one of the top tier drivers in this league. There's just so many to pick from. I mean, look at this front pack. Pack of 8, pack of 9.
And it's really interesting, 2 distinct packs right here. You've got that first, there are 8 or 10 cars bunched together. And then there's a separate pack right behind them. It looks like they're trying to get single file to catch back up to those leaders.
That's definitely the smart move. You want to be able to pull the draft off these guys who are double filed racing. They're going to be running a little bit slower. If they can get single filed back there, they'll definitely catch up to the pack.
Some really good racing.
And this is so much fun to watch, and I see the Aviator down on the bottom now. He's trying to take back the lead. He has it for the moment.
As yeah, Big Meaty Burrito was he's on the high side now. He's going to lose a couple positions here. Looks like coming out turn 4.
And now it's the Cosmic Storm in that number 1 McDonald's car. He's in second place.
And everybody jumps to the high line entering turn 1 and 2 there.
The high line died, though. I mean, they were running pretty well early on, but I think as we see these tires wear out, honestly, when these tires wear out, it's going to be quite interesting to see what line is going to prevail. I mean, is the low line going to prevail with these older tires, slide around just a little bit more, or is the high line where you can have it just a little bit more grip? Maybe you get a better run off the border.
Against the grass, up against the wall,
Multiple cars.
78 of J.R. Horn.
78 to 22.
Matt Brownie.
Caution is out. First caution of the night.
I couldn't tell what happened. I saw Cosmic go down the apron. I wasn't sure if there was contact, and he clipped the grass and just shot straight up the track. Right in front of those cars. First caution of the day.
Looked like it was the 40 or the 48 car got loose down there and touched that apron, and I'll tell you, that apron is really unforgiving, especially at this track with the speed they're running.
Yeah, that apron is a monster. Just like last week at Richmond, if you touch that white line here, more than likely you're going to be going around. Especially if you're so close, like how close these guys are. The guy behind you is not going to have enough time to react. He's just going to run you over. But Cosmic Storm is still your leader.
Funny how that works sometimes.
Oh, he didn't pit. He's giving himself the EOL. So that's going to bump up the 47 of Big Meaty Burrito to that pole position. Unless they give it to the 34 of Aviator on the outside. Looks like they just might bump everybody on the inside line up, though.
We're going to do one pace lap before we go green. And I see the 31 of Outlaw. He's in 4th.
Yes, sir. Yeah, we got the 31 of Outlaw up there. We haven't talked about him tonight. As I'm looking at the pack right now, biggest surprise, the 41 of 4-Speed back to the pack.
I
Yeah,
think we
that is
just saw him
surprising.
drop back there under this caution. I think he dropped back there to the back. I think that was probably by design out of 4-speed there. We all know that 4-speed's got a really fast car.
Oh, without a doubt, 4-speed's a threat to win every single week. But I do like that strategy call, which you just said. Maybe he's in the back of the pack riding. If this thing does go green, he's going to be able to save just a couple laps more fuel possibly, and that could be the big difference in this race.
And those first few laps were very clean, so hopefully it stays like that throughout the rest of the race. Also, the 38, Jose 720 is up there as well. Lead running fifth.
They're underway. It looks like the 34 possibly had to start right there because the 47, a big meaty burrito with no cheese, spun his tires a little bit possibly.
And he really had a great restart. And he goes down the bottom to take the early lead.
As we got big meaty burrito looking on the outside of Aviator, but Valley's going to follow the 34 into turn number 3. Is he possibly going to push him, and they might both clear big meaty burrito coming out of 4.
Yeah, I think Burrito's looking hung out to dry a little bit.
He's holding pretty strong with that side draft though.
Yeah, he's showing some really good speed out there by himself, but I'm pretty sure he's going to get probably freight train here by that low line. That's that high line can get up there to him. And we got, he's still struck out. Oh, Valley gives the 34 a little bump.
Yeah, that's what you call bump drafting. Oh, but we got Valley looking low in Aviator coming down in turn 3. Followed by Jose pushing Valley this time.
Yeah, Valley's to the inside. I tell you what, that was pretty impressive. The 47 hung in there for about a lap with no drafting help.
He's going to drop in behind. Oh, they're going to move the 38 car up to the top. And with the 34 up to the top, and he's going to be up there by himself here.
Yeah, he's going to get freight trained. He has nobody behind him helping him with draft. Draft is huge. Next car behind him is that 37.
And I'm a little bit surprised about how aggressive they've been on this restart. I thought they might take it a little easy after that first caution, but they're really going for it.
Yeah.
Well, I think there's
racing.
one of two strategies failing out right now. There's possibly the people trying to save a little fuel. There's also the people saying, heck this, I'm going to gun it, I'm going to pedal it to the metal because this could be a challenging track to pass on older tires. So Valley might be thinking, I want to be in the lead when it comes down to it because he knows it's challenging to pass.
Yeah, and one thing you said about that strategy there is we see the 41 of 4-speed and the 43 is dropped back to the back here, and they're keeping a pretty good distance.
Crashing down the backstretch.
Oh, we got the 47 of Big Meaty Burrito and the 78 of Horn and hard into the wall, hard in that safer barrier. Lucky NASCAR implemented these new safer barriers. Definitely saving a lot of lives out there.
Oh yeah, and that crash there took out about half of the field as drivers were unable to check up and miss it when caution's out here in Michigan.
Second caution of the day.
I want to take this time during this caution to thank D4C's sponsor, Color Street Nails. Guys out there watching, man, I said it last week, if you're still on the couch sleeping, you want to get back in bed by tomorrow night, make sure to go to colorstreetnails.com / can one of you please fill that / I forget the backslash, but colorstreetnails.com. Get yourself, girl, some Color Street Nails, and you'll be back in bed tomorrow night without a doubt.
Yeah, so we've got one lap to go before we go green. Under caution, it's still Valley Racing the leader. Jose 720, that 38 will be second. And the 22nd is Mad Rowdy running third. 31 of Outlaw is fourth or fifth. I believe he's actually fifth. As the 42 of Amore is in fourth place.
It looks like the 48 car might have a blown engine. He's down pit road right now. Yeah, it looks like we got a blown engine on that 48 Lowe's machine.
D4C Carroll, tough break for him.
Yeah, it was very impressive, guys.
Oh, he's actually in the booth with us. Look at that.
The hub, I guess the hub was going something. Looking on for me.
Alright, so this is an interesting strategy right here. We had the 21 taking the outside. I'm going to tell you why he did that. He wants Jose behind him. He's going to clear Jose, and I put $100 on it. He's going to jump right in front of him in turn 1.
Yeah, that corner. On a restart here, the high line isn't really at such an advantage because he can carry that speed off of the top.
And also, if we're going to play manufacturer, if he does that, that'll be 3 Fords lined up, and look at that. Just as I thought. Just as I thought. I saw that a mile away. Those two raced, they've been racing together for a long time. Those two, they work well together. It's kind of like with them and Rose. Their teammates are going to work together to the end. Smart move right there by Valley Racing to get his teammate behind him.
And it lets him go single file those first few cars.
We'll see if these guys up front here decide to line them up and then try to stretch away here, as everybody's pretty much going single file, and we've got 2 distinct packs.
Well, it looks like this first pack goes about 13 cars deep. As there's a wreck in the back. God, it looks like someone's flipping in the air. Woo! Thank you, Lord, for seatbelts. But yeah, we are still green. Yeah, we're still green.
Stay green.
That's a tough break, whoever's involved in that.
And right now, your top few drivers have separated themselves a little bit.
We still have 20 race spinning in the grass down here. The 1, the 41, and the 24 are all way back in the back.
So that would be Coey, I do believe, the 41 of 4-speed, the 1 of Cosmic. Those 3 drivers worth the rest of the win tonight without a doubt. Get caught early. Luckily, hopefully, they can get hooked back up. They're going to need to get hooked back up because they're going to be liable to go a lap down.
But right now, it's Valley still in the lead with Jose right behind him. Those first 5 or 6 cars are breaking away.
Yeah,
Another
these
set
two
of
drivers.
5 or 6 cars right behind them.
These 2 drivers right here are running out of Red Spade Motorsports. They're going to be working together. Looks like, who's that? The 31 is behind them. They're running out of DCI.
As the front 6 is getting lined up here, and everybody back there got a little gap between them. They're going to have a really tough time catching these front 6 if they stay in line.
And that's the problem. You know, you're a racer. You want to advance your position, but it just gets so hard as you go back through the field. Like you're trying to make up the distance, and then they're running single file and just pushing them and pulling away from it. Oh, a car around. Couldn't quite tell who that was towards the entrance of pit road. We're still green. And I could not make out that car.
It's going to be the 24 of D4C Coey there, who went around. Actually, I believe that the 20 of Rose was also involved in that, or the 11 of Rose.
And a really tough break. Not sure what happened there.
I'm going to go ahead and do a little rundown through the qualifying order right now. So we got the 34 qualified P2 right next to Valley. He's the first car behind this front pack. I don't think he's going to be able to catch up with them. Let's take a quick look around him as he's got 3 cars lined up behind him. Just don't think that's going to be enough. Let's go to the 78 of J.R. Horn here. He's a little farther back, probably running about mid-pack, 12th to 15th place, I would say. Let's go and take a look at the 42 machine. Excuse me. The 42 machine's number. That's going to be... Moore. Excuse me, Moore.
Yeah, Moore in the 40.
Yeah, Moore's currently running 4th. That's a good, strong run for him right now. As we got the 3 of Gotham. He's in this second pack. They finally caught that second pack, the 3-car pack. Now this 3-car pack has strongly grown to a 7-car pack. They might be able to catch up with that front pack if they start racing. Let's go in and take a look at the 38 of Jose, currently running 2nd behind his partner Valley. He's not going to be leaving his bumper at all, especially this early on.
Well, and it was really funny. They had about 10 cars there all lined up, and then I believe the 42 of the Lord went to the inside, and it broke up the traffic just a tad, and let those two separate themselves.
Yeah, it just takes the slightest move for anybody to get
not only that, he's got a teammate behind him, if that. We saw last week at Richmond when Rose was behind him, pushing him. They're very well teammates as well. Having teammates is huge, especially on restarts, because we saw what happened in the last restart. Valley started on the outside, jumped straight down in front of Jose, and now those two are able to work together.
I think we might have a car around coming out of turn number 4. We're still green.
That's 4-speed back here. He's just now coming across the start-finish line. I don't know if something's wrong with his car or what's going on. He's really struggling here.
Yeah, we also have the 8 of Sledgehammer slowed down on the apron. Looks like he might have clipped the apron coming out of 4 and went round she went. But back to what I was trying to say earlier, this is a 24-car field tonight. I don't think we mentioned that yet in the stream. 24 drivers. Only 2 cautions so far. I don't necessarily see their Twitch stream up just yet.
That's what I've been looking for too, HD. I don't see it in there to get a lap count for you.
But although Valley Racing is in the lead with his teammate right behind him, he is burning fuel mileage doing this. And if we stay green this entire time, he could get off his pit stop compared to some of these other drivers.
So here's the thing now. Everybody is so spread out. I mean, look behind them. There is not a single line behind them. 3rd place is full throttle, 4th place is full throttle, and behind them is full throttle. And I guarantee it, Jose is full throttle, other than maybe pushing them in the corners. So I don't necessarily think that he's burning that much more fuel than everybody. Now, if you start looking in the back of the pack, maybe like 4-speed, you got 78 of JR Horn back here. We actually got the 3 of Gotham down pit road right now.
Not sure everyone up there if this might be a strategy move, but he's in and out for the real quick pit stop. Maybe he didn't get quite enough fuel there at the last one.
Yeah, this could have been a strategy move. Maybe he did stay out in his 2 early cautions, and if that is the case, he's definitely in the rabbit's hole right now, being a lap down.
The field goes around, puts him a lap down.
And I necessarily don't know if he's the first car lap down, if there is another caution.
I would have to guess that he probably is the first car lap down, as I haven't seen Valley pass anybody to put a lap down here.
Well, and one nice thing for these drivers who are short pitting or on an alternate fuel strategy is they're going to lose about 1 lap in the track. This is like Richmond, you might lose 2 or 3 laps because the track is so short.
Yeah, I mean, you can only save so much fuel here at Michigan, especially now, in my opinion, because everyone's so spread out. There's not that big, giant pack like there was early on. Now, if there's that big, giant pack and you're like 8th car back, you're going to save quite a bit of fuel because you're not going to be full throttle because of all the drag. But since it's so spread out, everybody's basically running full throttle, so I think you pretty much just about throw fuel strategy out the window.
Yeah, I see that.
I want to see these guys strung out the way they are, and that's going to lessen the chance I'm going to get trapped down by the caution flag.
So I will say that 3rd and 4th place car was able to catch up to Jose and Valley. Now they are running single file. Now they're picking up speed a little bit.
We've got an issue. The number 17 car, I don't have a driver for that vehicle. He's been on the apron of the track, all down the front stretch, went through the grass, and is all by himself. Definitely an issue with whoever that is. I don't actually... Schumanator, number 17.
So here's another strategy. These top 4. 3 of these guys are teammates. 3 of these guys right now are teammates. That just leaves one big meaty burrito all alone. No, Amore, excuse me. Amore's running that 42. So that just leaves Amore all by himself. So these 3 do play strategy. And let's say they pit early and they don't tell Amore's going to be all by himself. And that's being said. And Amore's actually pulling off right now. So Amore's kind of pulling his own strategy. And that might be at fault because he's not going to have people to draft with right now. So I don't necessarily know if that was the right call to make unless he stayed out and he had to come in.
I would assume that's what he had to do. I don't know why he would come in any earlier. He was running right with those drivers, and those top 4 kind of bunched back up together. Now it's just the 3 of them.
Yeah, if I had to guess there, I'm guessing that he probably had to come in and get fuel there. That's the only way I see him dropping out of that top four is they pulled a half a straightaway. As Valley and Rose and Jose are all hitting pit road together.
So maybe he was. Oh, Valley. Yeah, that's a good recovery. That was a really good.
That was a really good recovery.
Really good recovery. As you can see, all those tire marks through the grass.
Oh, yeah.
That was a really good recovery right there.
We've got 6 cars on pit road with him, but he's going to give up the lead and some time right there with that. As we saw Rose come from actually the back of them and actually hit the pit lane first.
So, without a doubt, the 11 and 38 are going to wait for him if they come out earlier. Now, what that's going to do, that's going to give that second pack time to catch their draft, and that's going to bring everybody together almost.
But did Valley get a penalty? He came in there pretty hot and at a weird angle.
As we got the 11 off, the 38 off, and Valley's off, actually not too far behind. But right behind them, you had the 31. Now, these guys are going to have to giddy up, getting going right here. So these pack cars, the second group that pitted, don't get in their draft.
As the 11 of Rose is going to lead him off a pit road there.
So, interesting to say, Amore pitted a lap earlier. He's now ahead of the 38 and the 21.
Oh, we've got a car around on the back stretch.
Hey, I think that's someone's mic.
That's going to break out a caution.
And that
Caution on this track. Oh, my.
that's going to be interesting.
Shake things up.
That is going to shake things up because Valley and them went a lap down, I do believe.
And Gaunt is the
Is the stream up?
And the first person that we saw on pit road is going to get the free pass.
Wow. What a crazy set of circumstances right there. Now, these drivers will get the wave around, so they should, in theory, get back on the lead lap. Those who just pitted. And right now, it's the 34 of Aviator, as we're going to have one more lap to go before we go green.
So all these guys took the wave around, correct? So what this is going to do now is they just came out of pit, so it's not going to hurt them too much. But like the 42 of Amore, oh my God, what's going on?
Oh, wow, some issues during the caution lap.
Like the 42 of Amore right there, who went down a lap earlier, so he's 2 laps not to the good. If this strings out green, this could hurt, quite a few people.
We'll have to get word on how many laps are left in this race. Remember, this is only a 100-lap race, and these laps with the draft, go off quicker than what you think.
Yeah, I'm still not seeing the stream. He's got it up, right?
Yeah, I don't have him streaming.
Is it on Twitch?
It's on Mixer.
It's on Mixer. Gotcha. That'll help.
Yeah, that helps a lot there.
That'll help out a little bit.
And I think that caused a caution, technically. We had an issue under that pace lap.
We
Yeah,
have
we were 3 and 4 wide there, and I think I actually put out a caution, like you say.
caution under caution.
Welcome to Michigan.
Yes, these drivers need to be careful under caution because that's what happens sometimes. Right now it's showing the 14 of Muffin as technically the leader.
You know what that's going to do? That's going to help out those guys.
The 38 is in 3rd place right now of Aviator, or the 34, sorry.
That just helped out. Okay, there's just.
As we see Rose dropping to the back.
So
And so the 14 took the outside, so we've got the 12 of Stout on the inside. We're going to want to 4 speeds back up there, JR Horn. Kind of an interesting mix. Cosmic Storm, I believe, is running 7th.
That shuffled the whole field because of the 21 and then pitting early. Now that helped them because now everybody's on the same field. But now
Now the green flag is back out. And it's the 14 of Muffin as your leader into turn number 1.
it's good to see the 14 of Muffin out front here. He had a rough week last week at Richmond. But we got huge wreck.
Half the field.
37 lost to.
Oh, they're still wrecking.
The outside wall, and there's a big wreck on the backstretch.
As it looks like we have another car with a blown engine.
And that is technically our 5th caution of the night.
What did I say, 7?
Yep.
We're approaching your over-under there.
We're approaching, definitely.
So we keep having all these cautions. This is going to help save some fuel for a lot of these drivers. And maybe alter depending on how many laps you've got left here.
All right, so that is the 2 of Todd, who's got a blown engine. Also down pit road. Rough night for him in that camp. So we have 2 cars with blown engines, the 48 of Carroll and the 2 machine of Todd. Blown engines.
And it looks like this right here is going to be the halfway point of the race.
So I want to take this caution lap right here again to throw another shout out to D4C sponsor, Color Street Nails. Now guys, the holidays are coming. Why not hit the colorstreetnails.com? Get your loved ones some pretty nails. And I guarantee you, it will be a Merry Christmas under the mistletoe this year.
And Valley Racing is all the way in the back now. He's going to have some work cut out for him. About 50 laps to go here.
I think if I was going to bet on anybody to come from the back to the front, it would probably be the 21 car. And I'm not sure how many laps, or if he's a lap down, or if he took the wave around. In fact, we're going to get lined up for a restart here.
I do believe everybody's on the lead lap. They should be on the lead lap now, without a doubt. Mine. But yeah, we have 52 laps right now. They're going to hit the line at 53. Now, I am going to go over some rules here. If these cautions keep breeding cautions early on, they're going to spread them out to you go when you hit the line. No, first it's you go when you hit the line. If it keeps happening, it's going to be a single file restart. So these boys, I mean, they've had a couple cautions in a row here. They need to settle down. We're only a little over halfway because we're ready to go green.
In the front of the pack here, we've got Arthur Layden. Stout Whiskey is in second. Somebody we haven't talked about. Jay Horn is third. 4-speed in fourth, and Aviator rounding out your top 5.
And as we're back under green up in the front, Gerhard gave a huge push to the 14 of Muffin. And then he went straight down to the bottom when he's coming back up the track. As now the number 12 of Stout looking at his inside, 34 Aviator running right behind him.
Riding along here with the 21 of Valley Racing from the back to the front here. It's going to be interesting to see because he's really showing a lot of patience here as the
Driver, I think they're sinking.
he's in the grass there.
Do you believe that's a big meaty burrito in the grass? No cheese. As we have a new leader of the race, Amir Stout, the 12 machine, leading this race right now.
The 34 Aviator on his inside looking to take that lead with the Cosmic Storm back in contention right behind him.
Let's give it a little angle here. As we can see, it's not clear. The 12's going to get a pretty decent run through the center of the corner coming off. 34 of Aviator is clear right now. He can come up and slide in front of him if he wants, but like you said, he's got the one of Cosmic right behind him. He's going to stay exactly on that white line coming down turn 1.
And the 24 at Cody is right there as well. Had so much trouble at the beginning stages of this race, but he is back in the top 5.
I mean, there is a whole new face up in front. Oh, he's into the wall. Big pile up. They're still piling up. Holy smokes.
Flew out. Yeah.
It almost looked like I was playing Matchbox cars right there on my mat when I was.
Oh, they're still smashing each other back there in the pack.
As we have
That is
Valley.
our 6th caution.
Valley in the 12 is stuck in the wall right now.
Yeah. Thank God for the safety barrier, right?
Well, I tell you what, it was really interesting because I saw out of the corner of my eye a couple cars wrecking coming out of turn number 2 towards the back of the pack, and next thing you know, chaos right towards the front.
Yeah, I had the right camera angle on that one. I was in the helicopter view right above them, and it looked like a big traffic jam in New York City. Everybody just kept piling up.
Well, one more caution there, and we're going to have Jose back on the lead lap, who's now scored a lap down.
So we got some strategy play right here with 21, as well as the 24. Yeah, they stayed out because the 34 Aviator was leading the race with Cosmic Storm in second. A little strategy here, which I do like the strategy out of the 24 and the 21. I mean, the 24 was up in the front, I do believe, unless he got involved in that wreck and was in the back. But that's a good strategy.
He was up in front for this restart.
I just going to take a little run through the field. We got the 42 of Moore in the back of the pack, 47 of Big Meaty Burritos back here.
Somebody we've seen up front all day long is that 34 Aviator. He's got a really strong car. Been able to keep it clean here.
He's definitely been out front the most of everybody.
Deans, do you think taking 2 tires on that last pit stop was a viable strategy? I'm just wondering if Valley Racing may have tried that, so he didn't lose his fuel, but wanted to get towards the front.
Well, I think here at the halfway point of the race, to get back up there, it is definitely a viable strategy. Now we'll have to see how that plays out here for the second half, because if in fact that's what happened there, if you're going to take 2 cans of fuel, you're going to need 4 tires. But as quick as those cautions came there, I could honestly see him as just staying out while others pitted.
And the green flag is back out. Valley goes right to the bottom. A little bit of a slow restart, but those first 5 or 6 drivers get single file coming down the backstretch.
We got the 47 parked on pit road.
Big Meaty Burrito, tough day for him. So strong in the beginning.
Yeah, he definitely had a strong car early on. It looks like he might have a blown engine as well. That's 3 cars now with blown engines.
Down on the apron, and Valley's to his outside here with a line behind him. Aviator, I believe, he's gonna go with the 24 here. But Valley, look at the speed off of the corner.
Well, you saw how he pinched him. You did see how he pinched him in the middle of that corner. He was able to pull a little side draft off, and look at that. He got the run off of turn 2. He's got him just cleared by a hair, but the 24 is going to have the preferred line into turn number 3, and Valley actually cleared him with ease.
Oh yeah, that was a strong move right there.
As you got the 34 now, and the one of Cosmic following his footsteps on that high side.
Well, I think as the stages and the laps of this race wind down, as we're past the halfway point, I think these drivers may have to just team up against Valley. They want to get by him. Looks like he has a really strong car today. As long as he's out front, he can pretty much stay there for the time being.
Yeah, I think that as we see him all lined up here in the front, we know that the 38 of Jose is trying to get it back on the lead lap here, and these strategies that are playing out, we're going to see guys starting to trap the guys a lap down and actually work that in as part of their strategy, because we saw how strong that Valley, Jose, and Rose were when they got together and hooked up earlier.
And Valley is going to get off cycle if he did not hit for fuel that last time.
It shouldn't hurt him too bad because those cautions were really, really fast. I mean, he might be short 1 lap, but again, I don't think 1 lap's going to be a big difference because these guys should only have to stop 1 more time, all of them.
We got 38 to go, 37 at the line here.
And I do believe, like I said, I think it's just going to be 1 more pit stop. So I think all these guys are good to go. I don't think really fuel strategy is going to be in the window anymore. It's more or less going to be a position battle, a tire battle.
And as you look at these top 5 or 6 drivers, HD, what's the teammate breakdown right now? Are these all pretty much different teams, or are there some different alliances here we need to look for?
Let me go ahead and take a quick look. I can tell you right now, Valley doesn't have any teammates up here at the moment. The 24 is aligned with
The 9, the 88, and the 32.
so he has no teammates at the moment up here. We have
I think what we're seeing is drivers having to work with other teams just to keep that track position, as we talked about in the pre-race.
now we do have the 12 and the 22. They are currently on checker wreckers. They're going to be teammates. So we might have a couple people who got a couple teammates in this front pack. It's like pack of what, 6 or 7? But right now, there's only one person out in front. All those teammates, as the teammates right there, actually they're not lined up, as the 12 and the 34 are going to be under the 24 with Coey here going to turn 1.
Well, in this lead pack starting to fight a little bit, and there's about 4 or 5 cars that look like they're getting lined up. If they keep fighting, that's going to let them get much closer to this first pack.
Yeah, without a doubt, those cars in that second pack, that 4-car pack needs to get lined up. They need to start pushing each other, as well as those 2 cars behind them catch them. Without a doubt in my mind, they can catch up to this front pack. The only problem is, can you make your way through the pack to get up front? We haven't really seen much success passing. I mean, we've seen a couple passes, but you're going to need help to make passes.
We've got the 2-car Red Spade Motorsport here. He's also down pit road. He's had his issues today, and they've taken it to the garage.
Yeah, he's got a blown engine. It looks like 3rd car tonight. First was the 48 of D4C Carroll. Then we had the 47, I think, of Big Meaty Burrito. His first race here at D4C. He's got a blown engine.
Oh, some contact.
Yeah,
Number 34 of Aviator.
we did have some contact.
Go up the wall.
Yeah, we had some contact right there between the 12 of Stout and the 34 of Aviator. A little bit of contact.
The number 14 of Muffin got into him, and the Aviator's way up against the wall.
That's going to be a big break, heartbreaker there for the 34 of Aviator. He's been up front all race long, and now he's going to be in a position to where he's going to need to find some teammates, some help to be able to make these passes work.
One car that I'm watching here would be the 11 of Rose. He's going to be the second car in that second pack there, right behind the 14, as he's pushing him up there. And he's bringing company with him to up here to the front. He's able to work his way back up there. We know he's got a fast car as he's looking inside of the 14, and he's got D4C got him in tow right behind him. Now he's back in line.
They're definitely inching closer and closer over the last few laps. And also, Valley and the 24 car of Coey had a little bit of a gap between the next few drivers, but they're bumper to bumper now.
I'll tell you what, it's a good, strong run right here for the 24 of Coey. I don't believe he was in the last race. I'm not really too sure how he's been doing through this whole winter season. But anytime you're up front, it feels great. You know, it's a good confidence booster. As well as we got the 1 of Cosmic, who was looking low there coming out in turn 3, but I think he thought better of it. He didn't want to get freight trains.
Well, and we see the 78 of Gerald Horn looking to the inside of the number 12 of Stout. He's got in position. He's taken the 14 of Muffin right with him. And that's just letting more and more of these drivers in that second pack get caught up as they keep racing. Almost some contact there.
Yeah, the 3, the 12, that pack there of 5. I think we're seeing some drivers that don't want to.
Whoa, 34 of Aviator was on the apron. Looked like he saved it though. I just got a quick glimpse of him, and he was sideways, man. Yeah, he was able to save it. He's still
number
going.
3, got him, had a really tough first half of that race. Got caught up in a couple accidents, and now he's in contention to catch this lead back.
Yeah, they were 3 wide right there for a little bit coming out turn 4.
Yeah, and we saw him get the free pass there after pitting early, and that worked out really good for him.
And the number 12 of Stout really fell back those last couple laps.
Yeah, I mean, the biggest loss right now is that 34 of Aviator running so strong again all race. Got put up into the wall a little bit. lost about 7 spots, and then right there hitting the apron. I mean, he's all alone right now. He's definitely wishing for a caution.
He might have those tires worn out on that car, and we might see a strategy move out of him.
Well, it's going to be real interesting because we saw a caution break out during our last green flag set of pit stops. So I think you want to pit early to get out ahead of some of these drivers, like we saw with Burrito. He pitted a lap earlier and he had a advantage on who was going to be the leaders. However, if something happens, a driver wrecks coming on pit road, or there's just an incident out on the racetrack, you can get trapped a lap down, and you already see a driver coming towards pit road down the apron.
So I got an estimated fuel right now. That 14 machine's got estimated 7 laps left of fuel. So we say Valley, the 24 stayed out. Maybe he pitted. So maybe they have 6 laps left of fuel. There's 28 laps left. That's going to bring them down to at least 22, 21 laps left of the race when they do come down for green flag pit stops. So without doubt, 4 tires, 2 cans of gas, and they'll be good for the rest of the way.
38 of Jose to pit road.
And that's the strategy right there he's playing. He's going to play the strategy of coming down, get those fresh tires now to make up the time these guys are losing on the older tires. But you're going to risk it, though.
He's making his way off the pit road right now, and I think that's going to put Jose 2 laps down. So he's really praying that we don't get a caution here.
I have a feeling everybody's on the lead lap.
The number 1 of Cosmic down on the apron, the 78. Jarrah Horn and the 3 of Gotham almost had contact coming out of 2, and Cosmic had to evade.
Yeah, I think the 40 or the 31 there got into the line. Everybody made a move to get around him.
I'd almost guarantee.
Is on pit road.
I'd almost guarantee that everybody's on the lead lap.
That driver down the grass.
That should not bring out a caution.
That's the 34th Aviator.
Oh, 37 spinning in turn 1.
Oh.
Still no caution.
Aviator's getting back up to speed, and that's really going to cost him. He's got to go around the entire 2-mile track and get back to pit road.
Yeah, the 34 Aviator's just, it's coming in crumbles right now.
He must have been pushing just a little too hard, trying to make up that time and get on pit road real fast.
Man, I tell you, hitting pit road with worn out tires is a whole lot different than hitting it with 50% tires per se.
So I tell you what, you were talking about Gotham earlier. Guess where he's at right now?
If I had to guess with his early pit stop here, he's probably in the catbird seat.
Gotham is currently sitting second, right behind Valley Racing. He should have at least 1 more lap of fuel than Valley, I do believe. And he's looking low on him. He's looking low.
Gotham's on new tires as he just left pit road. I'm guessing that right there is going to put him probably back on the lead lap.
I don't think Gotham pit.
I don't believe he pitted either.
Yeah,
I don't see him on pit road.
Yeah, I'm sorry, you're correct. He is not pitted yet. It's the 31 that was on pit road and not the 3. Sorry.
Gotham got the line this time down low.
And I think the 34 there got a penalty getting on the pit road, so the drivers continue to stack up.
Another tough break for him.
They say once it rains, it pours, and it's hailing right now for the 34 team.
And with the way this field is just spread out right now, and we've seen some incidents under this around the green flag pit stops.
So Valley's going to be coming down right now, I almost guarantee it. 14 showing 2 laps left of fuel. That's why Valley pretty much stick to the bottom right here. I'm almost willing to bet that 21's going to be coming down. Interesting thing is going to be see if that 11 comes down with him, his teammate, as he's running 3rd. Yep, here comes Valley. He's going to come down alone.
The 11. Yep, he's all by himself.
Yeah, the 21's coming down by himself, and that might hurt him coming out with no draft.
But these drivers, luckily for Valley, these drivers would have to pit within the next couple of laps. So he does get in there earlier than the rest of them, and perhaps he can still stay ahead.
See, they should be coming down this lap, and if they all come down in 1 lap, I'm trying to get back to them. as they're right here coming down to turn 3. If they're all coming down together, there might be a big accident right here. Oh, here goes the 3, the 22. Oh, yep, there it is. There it is.
Up against the wall.
There it is right there. Now that's going to... I don't know if that... Did they bring out a caution?
So far, there's no green.
They're still green.
Yes, that wasn't a caution. Oh my! Wow! Right when that happened, there, I was watching the 14, and his thing came up, and I thought that it brought out a caution. Wow! Now this field is just all around the track.
Well, unfortunately for a cosmic storm, he missed pit road, getting crashed up in the walls. He's going to have to come in this time. Lost a lot of ground.
Yeah, I saw the 11 there. I think he was trying to get on the brakes of CGM Rose, and he shot up the track and straight into the side of the one car, who's now on pit road as well.
So as the lead should possibly cycle back out to the 21 car, guess who's right behind him on that early pit strategy, the 38 of Jose. They're linked up right now. So that was a really good pit strategy call right there from Jose.
And also the 24 of Coe, he pitted earlier as well. He's right there with him.
Coe finds himself in 5th, 3.8 seconds out of the lead.
And so we'll have to determine who our actual leader is.
It's going to be tough to say because I don't believe was the 14 involved up in that wreck right there going to pit road.
It's hard to tell. They were scattered.
Yeah. Which I'm showing Muffin here in 6th place, and he just came off of pit road.
So here's something interesting.
19 to go.
19 to go. Guess how many laps the 14 has? He pitted a lap after the 21. He was showing 19 laps of fuel.
Wow. We might have some craziness towards the end of this race.
So I think Jose, the 38 is definitely wishing for a caution. Without a doubt, that 38 needs a caution. He came down about 7 laps earlier than everybody else.
And with the way they're spread out, I'm not seeing a lot of racing here. Boy.
I'd say the 24 needs a caution. The 21 of Valley needs a caution.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not
playing out to be a computer strategy.
I see the number 12 of Stout and the number 3 of Gotham. Now, I know for sure the number 3 got caught up in that wreck coming on pit road, but I don't think he lost very much time. So he should be ahead of Valley for at least the time being.
Yeah, I think the 3 and the 12 are currently battling right now for the lead. We got Valley in 3rd, Jose's in 4th, and the 24 Coe is currently running 5th. This is your top 5 runner.
Jose's a lap down still.
I don't think Jose's a lap down. Because he came down, everyone in front of him pitted. I think he's right now battling up here. Because he went a lap down when he pitted early, but he stayed out while everybody else pitted, and that got him his lap back, and that got him up here in 3rd place, I do believe.
Well, for the time being, it's the number 12 of Stout as your leader, with Valley right behind him.
I tell you, there's really no battles going on the track. Maybe the biggest battle is who can save fuel.
Yeah, fuel strategy is going to be really interesting. I thought fuel strategy was out the window, but it's going to be cutting it close for quite a few guys here in this front pack.
Well, and if you're the number 12 of Stout, I mean, I think he has a couple extra laps, at least one extra lap on Valley, but he is not saving any fuel right now.
I'm going to tell you right now how we can tell, A, if Valley's got enough fuel. If he's not battling for the lead, he's not trying to pass this guy, and he's staying behind him, I most guarantee you he's saving fuel, and that means he doesn't have enough. So let's go and watch these guys right here in this front pack the next couple of laps just to see what they're doing.
Well, and we know that, we got Muffin who just hit the apron here, the entry to pit road, and he's got 15 laps of fuel left. As Rose and the 19, and everybody goes around him. He wrecked it pretty good there after getting on that apron. but he was one of the last cars we saw on pit road, and he's showing 15 laps of fuel left. So everybody before him, I think that they're probably hoping for a caution here. Probably going to, if no caution comes out, we're probably going to see some drivers run out of fuel.
Well, and here's the other thing, too. If we get a green-white checker, you know, some of these drivers are definitely not going to be able to make it.
And how important are tires in that instance?
So Muffin's actually about a turn short. He clicked 14 going into turn 3, and he just took lap 14. So even
And
Muffin is a little short
Yeah,
on fuel.
He was one of the last cars that we saw on pit road.
Now, is he going to pit? No, you're going to run that thing dry and coast that thing to the start-finish.
Well, my goodness, I mean, if he's one of the last cars to pit, and he's that close on fuel, I am not sure how some of these leaders will be able to make it unless they really back off.
I guarantee it within the next 3 to 4, maybe 5 laps, we're going to see the 38 car of Jose going to have to come down to pit.
And our leaders are coming up on lap traffic. The number 17 of Shoemaker goes up high, lets him go on by.
Oh yeah, there's 5 of them in the line there, so I think if they're up there saving, trying to save fuel,
Now, you
I think
do
they
see
just
that.
stay in line.
None of them are really racing. They're all staying in line. So the only one who's getting the biggest loss right here is the 12 car of Stout.
Oh, it's the 17's in a wall 4-speed got to the door of him right there, and he's around. He's around.
So far, we're still green.
He's getting back up to speed.
And another lap car is on the high line. That's the 43 of Tech 9. It was very interesting, like Jose trying to get the draft off of Tech 9 way up high, then shot back down the bottom. I think he's trying to save all the fuel he can.
Yeah, if there's one driver in trouble, it's definitely the 38. Now the 21, the 24 might be able to stretch it a lap. I think that's what the 21 and 24 is doing right now, just staying, they're content right now behind Stout, just drafting, saving fuel.
I'll tell you one thing that I see with those top 5 up there. Everybody's getting out of the gas when they get the big run to stay behind the person in front of them. Nobody's really pushing the issue. Valley is clearly faster than the 12 that's in front of him, but he's just riding around there behind him. There's no doubt that the top 5 here are all saving fuel.
Do we think the 12's got enough fuel to make it to the end?
I honestly, I don't see how any of the top 5 would have enough fuel to make it to the end.
I think at the top 5, it's definitely at the 12 and the 3 because they put it together a lap after the 21 as well as the 24. 38 of Jose's, again, is in a lot of trouble. It's going to be quite interesting to see this thing pan out.
The 21 of Valley, the 24 of Coe. I mean, they have got to be looking at their fuel counter, watching the lap counter, and just sweating bullets right now.
Well, if you're the 12 of Stout, I mean, you would think, as Valley looks to the inside, that you would want to not be in that lead position, right? If he was that concerned about fuel, he would want to get towards the back of this pack.
Well, and I think that we've seen him actually try to do that, but if you watch Valley here, he is content to just stay right here on the bottom, and I think they're going to push him around to the front.
As we got a battle right now in the lead going in turn 1. Valley's going through it. He's going to clear him with ease. Now the question is, if Stout is short on fuel, did he wait too long to do this move?
Oh,
3 looks to the inside.
The 12 car is clearly backing off. Clearly backing off.
I do believe we're under 10 laps to go as well.
Yeah, we'll have to get an official lap count.
You got
for the moment.
8 laps to go. 8 laps. 7 at the line.
So I think these boys are saying it's time to giddy up and go. If we run out, pop that thing in the neutral and hope the guy behind you runs out. This is going to be a neutral race to the finish line.
And got him is up here pressuring Valley for that lead.
And Gotham did hit a lap later, so if drivers can make it that far, it's got to be the 3.
I tell you what, the surprise driver of the race, I think, is going to be that 24 up here running in his top 5.
Oh yeah,
Really
absolutely,
great job by
absolutely.
Goey's on the
6 laps to go.
On the other end of the spectrum, the 34 Aviator, after being up front for the entire first half of this race, the problems that he had there, he's got to be disappointed.
Yeah, the biggest disappointment of the race is definitely going to be that 34 for Aviator. Biggest mover is going to be that 24 Coey again. It's definitely a good, solid run if he's got enough fuel to make it to the finish line. As look, Jose dipped off. Jose's out of fuel. There is no more 38 in this picture.
Oh, wow.
We're coming up on 5 laps to go here, and it was very odd. I saw the number 3 going to the outside there. He's going to do it again.
He's going to have to pass to the outside. I mean, Valley's going to stay on the inside. He's going to run that bottom lane. You're either A, going to have to run high, get the draft coming off of turn 2 or turn 4.
Valley's up high.
Yep,
They get
that's
the run.
The 3 have got him. Get the run with the 12 of Stout right behind him.
You got to wonder how them cars are handling.
Well, the 3 and 12 got 1 lap fresher tires in the 21 of Valley. That might be coming to factor as well. We have, 4 laps to go here?
Yep, 4 more laps to go in the line. And maybe Valley's backing off just a little bit more.
He might need
Trying
to
to
save
be
a little
conservative.
fuel, just drop to the back here to save a, half a lap, quarter lap.
So,
Every little drop here is going to count.
if I was in this position right now and Valley's in, I'd sit back and I'd wait for the last lap. You want to be able to pull that draft off, coming off of turn 4 on the last lap, get under someone, possibly pull some side draft and beat them to the line. It's going to be wild because you know this front 2 are going to be racing, so they're going to be slowing each other up. As Valley's going to be making this pass to the outside on the 12, it looks like.
Yep, 3 laps to go. Time is running out here in Michigan as Valley is back to 2nd place. He's going to pull well. He lost some distance there.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Switch up.
Saving fuel or... Valley's right on the bumper of the 3 car here.
Yep, there we go.
He's looking to the outside. We're coming up on 2 more laps to go.
2 laps to go here at Michigan.
And I have no idea what's going to happen. If these drivers can make it, they could all wrap. Who knows?
Valley to the outside.
Valley's going to the outside. Yes, he is. But you got the 12 of Stout. I got a feeling the 12 of Stout's going to work with, I don't know. He's on the outside, that Ford power.
To the outside.
He's definitely going to play a part in...
And the 3's going to ride up, and the oh, the Toyota's going to pull a crossover.
Oh, Valley is, and we're coming up out of turn 4. The white flag is out.
White flag is out.
Here in Michigan.
White flag is out. This lap is sponsored by ColorStreetNails.com. Coming down in turn 1. Valley might be able to clear the 3.
Inside.
Oh, Gotham's fighting back on the outside here. I don't think Valley's going to clear him.
He's got a big run, but as well as he's got the 12 strapped behind him, pushing him down the backstretch.
Side by side here, into 3.
Going through turns 3 and 4. They are neck and neck.
Coming out of first, little contact. Little contact coming to the line.
Going to the line.
Ah, the line 21 of Valley gets it. Oh my God, what a race. Holy smokes.
I don't know what the margin of victory there was, but I'm pretty sure that it was...
It was by a fender at the line. What a race.
Yeah, we've got Valley first. Gotham in second. Stout brings it home in 3rd.
What a race.
Rose is 4th, and the Mad Brownie rounds out your top 5. What a race.
I really didn't think Valley was going to be able to make it.
I didn't either. He was able to stretch it because the 24 Coey wasn't able to stretch it there at the end.
Well, and I tell you, with our pre-race predictions there, that 3 car, he shows again just how strong that he is at Michigan as he finishes within a splitter of Valley there, and it was a drag race off of turn 4.
But it was impressive by Valley because the number 12 of Stout pretty much stayed and got him those entire last few laps. And he managed to do that all by himself.
Well, I think that when we saw the 3 dive to the low line there and push up, that opened the door for Valley to drive in underneath of him.
All right, man. I say we get some of these guys up here in the booth. I'm thinking the 24 Coey, strong night of him, biggest mover, I would say. Biggest loser of the race probably going to have to be the 34 of Aviator being out front basically the whole first half of the race. Kind of fell apart there at the end for him, as well as the top 3. So let's go ahead and try and get these guys up here in the booth to get a little interviews going on.
What a race.
We're doing the interviews.
Yes, sir. We'd like the top 3 up in here, as well as the 24 and the 34 of Aviator, if they're all still on.
There's our second place finisher.
Let's see if we can get the rest of them in here. It looks like a lot of them are already jumping off.
I will get them in one way or another. Let's see.
Stout Whiskey's in the other broadcast channel.
Great
still
run today.
Yeah, let's get all these guys up in the booth first. But what a race. What a race that was. Like we said, I mean, I'm shocked Valley made it to the end there on fuel.
Oh, yeah. I tell you, that 3-car was impressive, and if not for pushing up off that bottom line right there and opening that bottom line for Valley, the outcome of this race could have been very, very different. I mean, a drag race to finish by a splitter. What a finish.
Yeah, I had a beautiful camera angle on that as well. You should definitely go back and watch that. I was in the helicopter view right above their cars coming to the line. It was epic.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
That was epic.
That was an amazing finish. Amazing.
All right, as we got a couple guys up here in the booth. Let's see, we got Aviator in the house as well as, is Coey in here? I do not see Coey's in the booth.
I told him he should be on the way.
All right, man. We got Aviator's mic shut off. Aviator, you got a copy?
Not sounding like it.
It is definitely not sounding like it. Who finished third? Stout Whiskey. Stout Whiskey is currently still in the other broadcast room.
Lord mercy. Let's see if I can get him. I told him to come home. Oh, he's in the wrong broadcast channel.
Yeah, he's in the other one.
And now it appears that Coey's in the broadcast channel.
All right, we got Coey.
Aviator's mic is on.
All right, Coey, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Man, what a run from you tonight. Honestly, we were surprised to see you up there towards the end. What kind of strategy did you pull off to get up there at the end?
Well, I don't know if I'd like to hear that you were surprised. No, it was the car was really strong. I really usually race pretty good at Michigan, but fuel strategy killed me. And there was a bad caution in the back, and I got stuck back there in the beginning of the race.
Now, did you have to come down and pit there at the last couple laps? Did you just run out?
I didn't run out, but I wasn't going to make it. I was, trying to do that strategy with Valley. I was trying to stay behind Stout to save fuel, but I couldn't save that much.
Right, definitely. Looks like Aviator's got his mic. So, Dees, why don't you go ahead and take second place finisher? Or third place, excuse me. Take the third place. Stout Whiskey here.
Hey, Stout, how you doing?
Good, man.
Hey, strong run today. Way to get up there and really run with that. How much fuel saving was you doing there at the end?
Dude, I was running the piss out of my car.
No saving. No saving from you. You are good to go. Were you caught up there in the pit road thing on that last caution there? Was you able to miss that, or did that cost you getting on the pit road?
No, I got lucky and I missed all that stuff. I was actually below it, and they wrecked to the outside of me. So, missed the bullet there.
I'll tell you, that was a really impressive run today, and we were watching up here, and we didn't know who you was going to go with, or if you was just waiting on them to make a move. Were you sitting there wondering, like, if they got together, what was your game plan there?
Well, I mean, of course it would be to pass them, but we were actually joking before we joined. I was drafting both of them, so they had to stay side by side and duke it out. It was had the best seat in the house for sure.
Yeah, we saw that, and I'll tell you, what a finish. And, yeah, you were kind of dictating there on who you pulled back to you and who you pushed through. That was a really strong run out of you today, though.
Thanks,
Great
man.
job.
Thank you.
All right, now we got Aviator in here. I'm just going to do a quick interview with Aviator. Aviator, man, you're running strong that whole first half of the race, and it just fell apart. What happened, man?
Man, I guess halfway through the race, I just made some bad adjustments. I couldn't handle being with the pack on the long run. Just fell back like crazy.
Yeah, dude. I mean, we were calling it the whole race, only up pretty much halfway, just about halfway. You were up there, top 3 without a doubt. Just sucks it came down to a bad adjustment. I'd go and blame that on the crew chief, whoever that is. I'm going to go ahead and take second place finish here. Got him, my brother. You were hanging in the back of the pack pretty much the first half of the race. Was that strategy call by you?
It wasn't so much strategy, just track position. Kind of got stuck back there for the first 3/4 of the race, it seemed. Finally got this Dow machine running right and was able to get back towards the front, towards the end, and compete for this win, man.
Yes, sir. That was definitely awesome to watch up here in the booth, especially from the Blimpy. We're gonna call it Blimpy Cam. I stole that from someone, but it was epic, man. Yeah, at the line by a Fender Valley beat you. How hard was it to pass people out there tonight?
It was fun, man. I gave him the inside line by design. I figured that outside line would get more of a run through the front stretch, and I seen a couple times Valley got to the outside of me. He was actually able to pull that run. So I thought that would be the best place for me to be, is to just give him that inside line and make him enter shallow for the corner, and I could get a better run down the straight. And just, man, 10 foot short,
I think it was a little less than 10 foot. I think it was about 3 foot, honestly. That's how close it was from our point of view.
Yeah.
Formula, why don't you go ahead and take the race winner, Valley? 2 races in a row.
Well, we're down here at Victory Lane, and Valley, I got to tell you, I have broadcasted 3 of these Cup races now, and every single time I've been broadcasting, I've ended up in Victory Lane with you. So, first off, what a fantastic performance. You started off really strong in the beginning of that race, had some bad luck with that caution coming out when you were on pit road and got shuffled all the way to the back of the pack. We saw that you did some strategy there. Did you completely stay out under one of those cautions or take 2 tires? What was your methodology to get back towards the front? And Valley, do you have a copy?
All right, there we go. My mic was shut up. All right. Yeah, I had to end up taking 2 tires there once the caution flew and try to get some of that track position back. Once you got stuck back in traffic, it was tough to make any ground up. Everyone was so quick tonight. Everyone had really strong cars, it seemed like. Passing was definitely tough.
And you definitely had to come in pit road a little bit earlier, I think a lap earlier than got him. And how much were you saving fuel on that last run?
I was pretty much saving until about 5 to go, and I still almost ran out. The light came on with 2 to go, so I knew it was going to be cutting it close.
Yeah, we could tell that you were staying right behind Stout and weren't really making a move to take the lead. So we saw you get more aggressive there with about 5 laps to go. But then you came out, I think it was turn number 2, and opened up the bottom to got him. Was that intentional?
No, got a little loose down that bottom line, trying to hold it tight and touch the apron a bit, and washed up.
And I believe this weekend you'll be going to Homestead, correct, to represent Xbox in
I'm
the
actually
NASCAR
not
Heat
able
3
to make
tournament.
that trip. It'll be HD, and we've got a few of the D4C guys, I think, all going. I know Dirty Worm's going, and CGM Rose is going, and HD will all be down. So wishing them the best of luck.
Well, we certainly will, and of course you've done a great job of winning some of those preliminary tournaments, and it's unfortunate you won't be able to make it, but a really fantastic job today. You've won on 3 different types of track I've seen, and just goes to show that you're always a pick to end up in victory lane.
I appreciate it, man.
All right, guys, and that's going to do it live from Michigan. Again, we want to throw another big shout-out to the sponsor, D4C Color Street Nails. Ladies and gentlemen, or particularly gentlemen, I guess, if your wife's mad at you, your girl's mad at you, go ahead to colorstreetnails.com, get her some pretty nails, and I guarantee you, you'll be kissing on the mistletoe come Christmas time. That's going to do it, guys. Have a good night. Until next time, we'll see you on the track.
At Sonoma.